Good evening. I'm back. Yes, it's your girl. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to have a conversation with you today about community. What community means to me, what it means to you, and challenge each of us to think about community and the impact that we can have on it. So the title of this, well, maybe I may change it, from taking to giving, how one person's gift can transform a community. I have the opportunity to speak at the Diaspora African Conference in Houston, Texas this year. And I am wondering what I'm going to talk about. And the thing that keeps coming to mind is community. So, hello, family. I want to start with a question that I think many of us can relate to. When you move to a new place, a new city, a new country, a new community, what is the first thing on your mind? For most of us, if we're being honest, we're thinking, what's here for me? What can I get out of this? Where do I fit in? Those are all natural questions, survival questions, human questions. But today, I want to challenge us, myself included, to flip that question on its head. What if, instead of asking, what can I get, we walk into every space asking, what can I give? What can I give? What can I give? Ladies and gentlemen, the gifts we carry, because we all have them, each person in this room carries something extraordinary. Those who are listening, those who are watching, you carry not just a gift, but gifts, talents, wisdom earned through experiences, stories that only you can tell. Perhaps these things have shaped your experiences. Perspective shaped by your journey through life. For, at the African Summit will be the Diaspora. And here's what I believe with my whole heart. Those gifts were not given to you by accident. God did not give us these gifts by accident. They are not just for you, to serve you. They are not meant to be hoarded, hidden, or kept comfortable and safe. They were given to you for someone, for a community, for a moment, for a need that only you can meet. The wellness of any community, whether we're talking about Pittsburgh, New York City, Atlanta, Houston, Accra, London, or anywhere in the world, has planted roots. The wellness of that community is predicated on the participation of each individual. Do you hear me? The wellness of your community is predicated on the participation of you. Lending, sharing, and giving your gifts and your talents. Communities do not thrive by observation. They do not grow because people show up, sit down, and watch. They thrive through contribution, through sacrifice, through someone saying, I have something and I'm going to offer it. What is it that you have? What is it that you have in your house? What is it that you have in your hand? What is it that you have in your mind? Will you offer it? Let me tell you a little story about my journey in a small town and a simple idea. I mean, simple idea. This story, what it taught me moving to this small town, I should say, it taught me this lesson that I'll never forget. So a few years ago, I'm not going to say the small town just yet because I don't want y'all to be flooding it because I like it. It's kind of small, kind of medium. A few years ago, I moved to this very small town. And when I say small, I mean small. Small, okay? The kind of place where you could walk the main streets in about 10 minutes. Well, not that dramatic, but it was small. Where everybody knew everybody except me. I was new. I didn't know many people. I didn't have a network. I didn't have a built-in community waiting for me. But I did have an idea. I decided I was going to host an open mic. Now, I didn't have a grand plan, no fancy budget, no venue lockdown, no sponsors, just a simple thought, why not? Because people love to express themselves, and I believe that community begins where expression is welcome, where people feel safe to show up as them as they are and share what's inside of them. So I put the word out, I found a little spot, and I waited to see what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, that night, Synergy Open Mic was born. What showed up was not what I expected. I had a harpist, a banjo player, jugglers, drummers, poets, storytellers, people I never would have imagined in a million years. That single open mic became a doorway. Through it, I met incredible people, community leaders, councilmen and women, educators, artists, activists, neighbors I never would have encountered if I stayed in my comfort zone, waiting for a community to come to me. One of those connections was a school teacher. He was from Zimbabwe. Warm, wise, full of life. He was like drumming, boom, 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 boom. For those who are hearing, I think I'm doing like a hand gesture on my drum. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I should have pulled out my drum for y'all. But anyway, and one day he invited me to something I had never heard of, which was a drum circle. And I learned to play the djembe. Not well, but I got a little something. And now, I'll be honest, I had no idea what a drum circle was. I'm thinking maybe it's a music class, a performance. I didn't know, but I said yes. And what I discovered in that drum circle changed my entire understanding of what community wellness really means. A place of healing. That drum circle just wasn't about music. It was a place of healing. It was a place for students with learning disabilities who struggle to express themselves with words, but could communicate through rhythm. For burnt out employees who came in carrying the weight of the week, their shoulders tight, their minds racing. For people carrying stress, grief, exhaustion, or pain they couldn't name. For anyone who simply needed an energy reset, a place to release, to breathe, to reconnect with themselves and with others. There were no titles in that drum circle, no hierarchies, no credentials required. No one was better or more important than anyone else. Just people, just rhythm, just connection, just just a collective healing. And here's what struck me most. No one was there to perform. No one was there to impress. Everyone was there to participate with eyes closed, with hand clapping, to give their energy to the circle, to receive from the circle, to be a part of something bigger than themselves. I sat in that circle, surrounded by strangers who quickly became something more, and I felt it. I felt it. This is what community is supposed to feel like. It was safe. The lesson. That experience taught me something I carry with me to this day. Healing does not always begin in institutions. It begins in participation. It begins when someone says, I will show up with what I have. It begins when someone takes their gifts, no matter how small, no matter how simple, and offer it to the community. That open mic, that was my small offering. I didn't think it was much, but it opened a door. And that door led to a drum circle, and the drum circle led to friendships, to partnerships, to a sense of belonging I desperately needed in that season of life. Oh, I desperately needed it. Thank you. Your small offering, whatever it is, has the power to do the same. Yes, has the power to do the same. The responsibility we share. We all have a responsibility to give back. Let me say that again, because this is critical. We all have a responsibility to give back. Someone needs your gift. Someone needs your talent. Someone is waiting, and maybe without even knowing it, for the solution that only you can provide. You are not just here to consume resources. You are not just here to take up space. You are an answer to a problem. You are a piece of the puzzle. You are a part of the solution. The community starts with you. Healing, ladies and gentlemen, starts with you. And if you're sitting here thinking, but I don't have much to offer, I want to stop you right there. That's a lie. That's the voice of fear, of doubt, of comparison. You have something. You have everything someone else needs. Maybe it's a listening ear. Maybe it's a home-cooked meal, because I be hungry. Call me, okay? So maybe it's a home-cooked meal. Maybe it's a skill you learned. Maybe it's wisdom from your elders. Maybe it's your story. The one you think is too painful, too messy, too ordinary, but someone needs to hear it so they know they're not alone. The disease of disconnection. Today we are living in a time where loneliness has quietly become a disease. Let that sit in. A lot of people died during the pandemic due to fear and loneliness. Let that sit. We are more connected digitally than ever before. We can video call across continents. We can message instantly. Ding, 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 ding. We can see what everyone else is doing eating, wearing, thinking at any moment of the day. Yet, we are more disconnected relationally than at any other time in history. We are lonelier, more isolated, more fragmented, and this disconnection is killing us spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and yes, even physically. Studies show that loneliness increased the risk of early death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. What? Loneliness increased the risk of depression, anxiety, heart disease, dementia. This is not just a feeling, this is a public health crisis. And it's affecting our communities, especially within the United States, within the diaspora, within London, within India, within China. We are scattered across the world, separated from our homelands, navigating spaces that were not built for us, creating trauma, historical trauma, immigration trauma, racial trauma that we don't have the language or the space to process. And too often, we are doing it alone. The power of unity. This is why unity within our cities, within our towns, within our states, within our continents, within our countries, all over the globe, within the diaspora is not optional. It is essential. We cannot afford to stay isolated. We cannot afford to stay disconnected. We cannot afford to keep asking, what's in it for me? While our communities crumble around us, we must move from isolation to collaboration, from spectators to contributors, from consumers to creators, from asking, what can I get, to declaring, what do I have to offer? Can we declare that? What do I have to offer? I don't know what's going on with my voice. When we unite our gifts, our cultures, our stories, our faith, we do more than build communities. We restore it. We restore what colorism tried to break. We restore what slavery tried to destroy. We restore what racism, capitalism, individualism have tried to fragment. We restore our power, our wholeness, our humanity. The invitation. So here's my invitation to you today. And it's also an invitation to myself, because I need this reminder just as much as anyone. Start small. Start local. Start today. Host an open mic. Start a drum circle. Organize the book club. Cook the meal. Teach the class. Share the story. Make the phone call. Show up to the meeting. Volunteer. Mentor. Listen. Do the things that's been tugging at your heart. Let's not wait. The thing you keep thinking about but haven't acted on because you're not sure it's enough. I'm going to give you a hand clap now because I'm telling you that it's enough. I'm telling you because you are enough. And someone is waiting for you to step forward. I started with the question, what can I give? I want to leave you with a challenge. Answer that question. Not someday, not when you have more time, more money, more resources. Now, today. Because restoration begins with each of us making the decision to give. The community is waiting for you. Healing is waiting for you. Your people are waiting for you. God is your GPS and mine. Trust the direction. Take the step. Offer the gift. I want to thank you for sharing your gifts, your talent, your skill set, your ear, because I need you. And we need each other. I look forward to seeing you show up. I look forward to watching you walk out Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6, which is trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding, and in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. And remember that no weapon formed against you shall ever prosper, and any tongue that rises up against you, it shall be condemned, because God got your front and your back when you allow him to lead you. I hope to see you soon in your full glory and greatness. Amen. I love you all. Have a good night or a wonderful morning, whatever time of day that it is that you're watching this. Bye.